is the final event of MobiGoIn project. Mobility Goes International. It's a European project co-founded by COSME, that is the Competitiveness for Small and Medium Enterprise program, and is aimed to help SMEs, small and medium enterprises from overall Europe, to go international. So all the companies that are interested in approaching an international market, international being outside Europe, are included in this project. So about MobiGoIn, what it is. The objectives of this project are aim to create, well, we're already finalizing it, so our aim to create this operative internationalization strategy to enhance and to improve the collaboration between European SMEs in going abroad. So the idea is for making all of you to know each other, to collaborate in different kind of subjects, solutions, projects, and to go and present your solutions abroad by exchanging innovative ideas and technology-based knowledge transfer, and let's pursuing a global smarter mobility environment. The idea was this project is working within Europe in order to address smart mobility companies and help them go abroad. So what we did, the project lasted 17 months, so it started last year in January, and it's ending now. The first part that we decided was, okay, we are approaching smart mobility, but what segment of smart mobility was the focus? So we define our focus for smart mobility. That includes intelligent and comparative transport solutions, intermodal and sustainable mobility for the citizens, and sustainable urban freight logistics. We'll explain a little bit more of it later on. So afterwards, we decided, okay, now we'll map the competences of all the companies that we have within our clusters that are working, have solutions, application, or interest in these three segments of smart mobility. So we mapped 270 companies, SMEs, from Italy, France, Sweden, Germany, and some other European countries that also were interested. This we did by doing some focus groups in which some of you participated. We did a total of 9 focus groups in all Europe in order to get an insight about the interests of each company, their market needs, and the market needs and their interests also in which kind of markets, which kind of countries. And also we did 4 European events in different places, sharing information about how to go international, making the companies know each other, and in order to have a better look about the ecosystem regarding smart mobility. The third activity we did was to define a long list of target markets. So with all your inputs and some market analysis that we made, we kind of created this map of different countries that would be potential markets for our company solutions. So more or less we see North America, South America, Asia, and analyzing it, we went deeper, and we start contacting partners in these countries to help us also assessing which were the market needs and which kind of markets were better for the companies that we mapped. So at the end, all of this in order to define this internationalization strategy. So what we did, we decided in approaching 4 countries that are USA, China, Canada, and Malaysia. We'll talk a little bit more afterwards. And design 2 packages for services for the companies. So we're gonna help you first, prepare you to go international by doing some activities within Europe, knowing other partners from other countries, start doing business here, start preparing yourself for going international, and then there's another package of services that is aimed to go and approach the international market. So the project lasted, as I said, 17 months, and today we're at the final event. So the team, because of course this was a team effort. The clusters, the team is formed by 4 clusters. So Torino Wireless from Italy, I think more or less you know all, us, sorry. So we are an ICT cluster working on ICT as an enabling technology and with a focus on smart cities and communities. From our network, 66 companies were mapped within this and are part now of MobiGoIn network. Another partner is from France, Moveo, is an automotive cluster, and then BBCom, represented by Anya, from Germany, and Media Evolution, a digital company, cluster, sorry, represented by Sara. So now I'm gonna pass the microphone to Anya, that is gonna explain us a little bit more what they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. And we're very close in what we do to Torino Wireless, as we are an ICT cluster, but in the south of Germany. So we represent, maybe go one further. Yeah, we are, here you can see the European map. So we have partners all over Europe, but we're really located at the very southwest of Germany, representing 600 companies and research institutions, and also startups in Baden-Württemberg. But we're helping them with different projects to make connections within Baden-Württemberg and outside, as that makes sense. Yeah. Here, just quickly, we kind of focus on 3 different parts. So we are an ICT cluster, but we see that we can find like all different projects and companies within mobility, life science, and also industry, so we can see where we can help people and connect them. And then we have different events where we try to put together investors with startups. We try to put together research institutions with companies so that they can really have a beneficial knowledge transfer, but also make better cooperations. So MobiGoIn is really part of this idea to bring people together to extend on what they're working on. Just quickly, just stay where we are. I just brought you a couple of brands basically that we're using and that we're doing. So last weekend, for example, I was at a hackathon where we're trying to encourage not only the CEOs of companies but also their employees to come together and code. The Green Investment and Innovation Forum could maybe be interesting for you. That happens yearly, where we invite green tech startups but also companies to buy their technologies or to invest in them. So I think I'm going to pass on this information. If you're ever interested to come, feel free to. Thank you. And if you have any questions, there's my email, so you can get in touch or ask me later.
Moveo, the French cluster partner. Moveo is the French cluster partner, and she couldn't make it, but she's gonna talk to us through Skype. So. So we're gonna go with Sarah now. Meanwhile, we can just have to pass this.
Right. All right, my name is Sarah Pondit, and I'm head of international collaborations and project at a digital media cluster in the southern Sweden called Media Evolution. We're based in Malmö, which is not as scary as people make it sound like. We are a community of about 400 companies, all within the digital sphere, who works to help with the digitalization of the society. We have members from one people, copywriters, to IKEA, to PVC, to Skanska, huge companies, and we want to create a good mix between them so that they learn good things from each other. So Media Evolution started as an initiative about 10 years ago, and that's why it's called Media Evolution, because then YouTube just started and the smartphone just was created, started to give a huge impact on the media and the digital landscape. And we talk a lot about today that maybe we should be called Digital Evolution, because that's really what we do. And but the main part is to be a good platform for growth and innovation within southern Sweden. So our main focus is knowledge sharing. We do that in different ways by asking every year what the members of our community would like to know more about. We create monthly themes where the cutting edge people from the community as well share their knowledge between each other. And we do that with, you can take the next. By doing a lot of different type of events. We had around 180 events through 1 year, over 30,000, or close to 30,000 participants. And on this picture you can see the communication department, head of the communication department of IKEA, having sort of a seminar and workshop together with the rest of the community. We have also created a digital platform, which is of course common sense when you work with digital development. And here all the community share what their top knowledge are. And we work with 3 different main focuses. It's the Media Evolution membership and community. It's our big conference that we host annually. About 3,000 people come to Malmö now, it will be in September, to look into new technology, human behavior, and what's next within business intelligence for digital evolution. And yes. We also have a pretty nice house, which hosts about 100 companies and 500 people, which is the second leg of our cluster, what we work with. So obviously we do a lot of the events and meetups here. Yeah, and this is what I'm sort of in charge of. The different EU projects, we are open for collaborations within all kinds of internationalization, but mostly within digital development. Yes, and that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Oof. Oof. Yeah, fine. And thank you, everybody. Yeah. Okay, do I am in online? Okay. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for participating in our last event and for welcoming us in Turin. So, what I'm going to do is to introduce Moveo and to explain why we are interested in a MobiGoIn project. So, Moveo is a mobility and automotive research and development cluster, which was created in 2006. Its main objectives are to foster the development of collaborative projects between members, to contribute to the development of regions of companies, in particular SMEs, and to promote innovation in the sector. Our focus are on the vehicle of tomorrow, because you know that urban growth, use of public spaces, environmental and public health challenges, new mobility, new users, digital revolution, etc. So the mobility of tomorrow needs to be cleaner, safer, more cost efficient, more independent, and more connected. That's why Moveo works to innovate for new mobility by focusing on two main terms, which are smart mobility and clean mobility, as you can see on my slide. So Moveo has a large ecosystem, as you can see, with 380 members and 200 SMEs. And Moveo is localized in 2 regions, which represents 70% of automotive research and development on its territories. Members of the ecosystem are major industries, cutting-edge SMEs, prestigious research organizations, national players, and important agencies in the innovation ecosystem, and also European networks. So Moveo develops services to our members, and there are also services that are interesting in regarding the MobiGoIn project. So, for instance, we develop several range of services for SMEs, and also regarding the international scale. So, more particularly regarding international, we organize several thematic missions per year. So we go to USA, Canada, Brazil, China, Japan, Korea, but also in Europe, as Germany, Italy, and northern countries. So that's a big experience for Moveo. And we also develop a mission to access and contacts and make contracts within Europe, for example, with European projects, and by developing interclustering. We support also members in their international development strategy in connection with other kind of services, and there are trainings and also support services to help our SMEs to go to international scale. And moreover, what is also interesting regarding MobiGoIn is that Moveo is experienced regarding SMEs grouping. So what are SMEs groupings? The groups enables SMEs and intermediate-sized companies to hunt in parks and to generate business that they could not capture alone. This may also enable them to complement their catalog, diversify their activities, share prospecting costs, and the grouping strategy is decided collectively by its members. So, for example, to finish an international orientation, sectoral diversification, etc. The objective is to achieve additional turnover by generating a model strategic value proposition, by submitting joint bids, and by finding new international activities. So here you can see different SMEs grouping that we develop in Moveo. So all these services and on the experience based on the Moveo support for their SMEs, we are convinced about the added value of MobiGoIn projects, and Moveo hopes to support a maximum number of SMEs to international scale, capitalizing on the consortium experience. Thank you very much for your attention, and please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions.
Well, good. So now you have seen who we are. It's a women power project, definitely. Sorry, Marco. And Marco, just an exception. But we are not here to talk about us. We are here to talk about you and companies and what's the next opportunity for you to be international. So we have made a lot of work with you, and actually we focus our analysis on specifically on smart mobility. So we focus our main objectives to map the sustainable, smart and safe mobility industry inside the metropolitan area. So we work with more than 1,200 companies. That's overall our cluster cover, and all these companies are members of our cluster, but we specifically work with 270 companies, small medium enterprise that offer solution in the smart mobility sector. Specifically, thanks to comparison and a mapping of competence and technology and solution you offer, we are able right now to define 3 main areas where you can able to work internationally. The first one is the intelligent and cooperative transport system, in relation to then all the system that's share information, infomobility solution, ETS solution, traffic control, and all the system that can able to make possible to the car to communicate with the infrastructure, or the car able to map their, let me say, how they drive, the eco-driving, and all that kind of issues. So even in this area, we have some solution regarding the autonomous vehicle and even also the driving assistance. The second area where you are able to address solution, innovative solution, is the intermodal sustainable mobility for citizen. Of course, as a cluster, we're focusing our attention on citizen and how they can improve their mobility within the city. So in this area, you offer solution to door-to-door service, able to make possible sustainable modes inside the city with a green vehicle, even sustainable vehicle, or thanks to the mapping your needs, citizen needs, we are able to perform the demand management inside the city. And the third area where you address and have competence and solution is regarding a sustainable urban freight and logistics. And of course, in this area, we're talking about solution for fleet management, freight and transports in the urban logistics, in the last mile logistics, and all the solution for indoor navigation. So all these solutions are mapped thanks your competence. So of course, most of our cluster, I say totally our cluster, are technological cluster, and the competence specifically regarding technology, they're concern system components, sensor, and embedded system technology for the IoT infrastructure. We have big data and management system. We have solution in order to elaborate huge amount of data and do, sorry, the microphone, and do analysis and merging this information to extract information from this data. We have content management, thanks to even a lot media and evolution cluster, content management company able to extract value and make it possible to give to the final customer and user. So technology point of view, we have user interface technology that's make able to foster the experience of our citizen in order to make the mobility more sustainable. And at last, we have smart mobility application. Application able to, of course, give to even to the decision maker inside the city, to the citizen, or to the citizen, the ability to administrate and manage their mobility inside the city. So now, to just give you some let me say, insights of what we are talking about, we have invited some cities to some small medium enterprise to present their solution. So we have more than 10 companies here that already offer solution that can be international. So the next section is regarding your section. So we invite all of you to present your companies, and then we will talk about the country where we're going to address together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all of you, for the. Okay, so we have 12 companies today presenting their solutions. The first two are gonna talk through Skype, so let's hope this time it works better and quicker. The first one connecting from Sicily is Park Smart. Carlos Sciuto is talking. So I'll let you know meanwhile that this event is directly in web streaming through Skype, through Twitter. So it has been shared with all of our network in the other clusters, companies and everything. So it should be, the idea is to then gather also information about companies that are interested in initiate collaborations or just talks with the companies that are presenting today. Okay, so. So, yeah, so we'll call Altin Arapi from Parkway, so you can talk from here. And
Can I sit down?
if you want, you can sit. You
Yeah.
can walk. You can.
I can just move around.
So yeah, that one is commanding that your presentation over there.
Yeah, that one. Hope so. Okay, yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm the sales director of Parkway. Basically, my company is a company dedicated to develop solutions for mobility based on computer vision technology. And the first one that came into that we produced actually was the smart parking solution, which is the topic of today. Problem regarding parking, don't have to talk much about that. Just keep in mind that 30% of the urban traffic in urban areas is caused by the parking research. So how we thought to fix that? This is the architecture of our solution. Basically what we do is we get images from cameras. They can be cameras already installed, or they can be new cameras installed for the parking monitoring purpose. We get the images, we analyze it in our cloud server, and we deliver through APIs the information if a parking spot is occupied or not, and the duration of the parking. Obviously, you can build up services upon those information, like a navigation system for parking for drivers, and enforcement tools for the system administrator. Two innovative vectors. First of all, it's a cloud system, and second, it uses still images and not a video stream. What does it mean? It means that, that actually we can use, as I said, existing infrastructure. We can reuse that, make it more, let's say, intelligent, more smart. What we need is just images. So it doesn't, we don't care actually where they are coming from. They can be either video surveillance cameras, they can be cameras installed in lighting poles for energy saving purposes, etc. We just don't care. We just care about the images. What happens when we don't have actually cameras that covers all the parking spots? Well, we have to introduce new sensors, new devices, but the advantage in this case is that the whole intelligence is in the cloud. So it means that we can actually use very cheap devices. We are talking about cameras that if there is, for example, Wi-Fi, we can use cameras that would cost something like 150 euros each, and they can cover up to 300 parking spots. Also, another strong point of our solution is that we can integrate it easily with whatever system is there in place in the system manager sites. The advantage coming from using still images, basically, what happens when we cannot install new networking cameras, or it would cost too much, like areas where there is no Wi-Fi, there is installing internet connection in order to connect the camera would be too costly. What we do is we just insert a SIM card, a data SIM card into the camera, and due to the fact that we can use just still images, the data traffic is low, so we can actually expand the coverage of the area to our needs. Also, the low latency of our technology is also a strong point. Key differentiators, the flexibility that's given from computer vision technology. We can use our technology in scenarios where other technologies cannot operate, like the not delimited strips. For example, other technologies like ground sensors, crowdsourcing, they are unable to operate in those scenarios. Well, we can actually do that. Also, we can cover areas where parking is not allowed, like pedestrian crossing, double parking, tram lines, etc. These are a couple of examples of our technology. This is the city square of Veve. With just 2 cameras, we are covering more than 420 spots. The whole infrastructure cost would be something like 400 euros. This is our first project in Locarno, another Swiss city. We ran this project for a couple of years, and now we started to run it through historical data in order to validate our forecasting module. This is our situation right now. We are still a small team of 10 people, so our main efforts have been in Europe, where we got almost 30 projects running. But in the last 6 months, we started to approach new markets, and we are looking more into that. But just to end the presentation, Parker is more than just smart parking. We are developing new solutions for mobility, like, for example, traffic monitoring also in cloud, the passengers counting in public transportation means, etc. So whoever is interested to think about applications of computer vision technology in the mobility, just feel free to contact me, okay? Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Carlo. Continúa.
Is spent looking for a parking space. This must not happen because parking spaces are not available. On average, not even 60% of short-term parking are occupied.
Okay.
Park smart.
Cambia. Eli, cambia la. No me veo auricular, Eli.
Park.
Metemos el. Eli.
Ci siamo? Mi senti?
Okay, here is Carlo for Park Smart.
Mi senti ora meglio? Mi sentite? Io sono vicino. Pronto? Hello?
We can hear you a little bit.
Ok, così va bene.
So,
Mi sentite? Ok? Okay, good morning everybody. I'm Carlo Sciuto, CMO of ParkSmart. And well, as you can see in this picture, we summarize in a high-level block diagram how our platform works. The difference from this and what you would see in the video is that here we have a new block represented, and is our new IoT box. Its name is IC, which stands for Artificial Intelligence C. This is a piece of dedicated hardware where we manage the full software stack from operating system to the framework that permits to deploy both computer vision applications, but also not only for mobility software, but also security software, proximity marketing, and so on. Also, we can attach sensors such as meteo station and pollution monitoring, and so on. All IC boxes are after how many boxes are deployed or where they are. We are able to manage every box and provide updates for a single application running on the IC wherever in the world. And also we can remotely update the box firmware on the fly. The computer vision core of the IC box project. Every single frame streamed by the camera using deep learning algorithms. Of computation in our cloud service, and then provided to the users in different ways, depending on the role of the users themselves. As a normal private user, we provide the data through an app, but we make the data accessible to business customers through a dashboard or web browser. So, using the IC platform, we save 95% of bandwidth and privacy for our customers. Okay. Okay. So I thank you for your attention, and we are to your disposal for any clarification. Bye.
we'll share the presentation with you so you can follow it and all the material.
ParkSmart, the new frontier for urban. A research by Alliance has shown that on average, a UK driver spends an extra 15 minutes every day looking for a parking place. This means that almost a year of life is spent looking for a parking place. This does not happen because parking spaces are not available. Life is spent looking for a parking space. Not even 60% of short-term parking are occupied. The real problem is that drivers do ParkSmart, the new frontier of urban mobility. A research by Alliance has shown that on average, a UK driver spends an extra 15 minutes every day looking for a parking place. This means that almost a year of an average UK driver's life is spent looking for a parking space. This does not happen because parking spaces are not available. On average, not even 60% of short-term parking are occupied. The real problem is that drivers do not know where vacant parking places are, and they're just driving in circles. We see two results. Drivers are getting frustrated because of the time wasted, and parking management companies cannot maximize their parking revenue. The solution? ParkSmart. ParkSmart uses existing CCTV to analyze the available parking places. This information is sent to a centralized server that will automatically analyze the video stream by creating a fluid matrix showing vacant and occupied parking places. Information is then made available to drivers on their smartphone. This will allow the vehicle to be quickly parked in the closest space. The application users will save time and fuel, and the parking company will attract new customers and maximize their revenue. ParkSmart is innovative. Why ParkSmart? Because the project is feasible, realistic, and replicable. The software-based technology is already up and running in beta version. Because ParkSmart will make a lasting change by saving time spent looking for parking, by increasing efficiency, and by being environmentally friendly. ParkSmart has a positive effect on the whole community, on the commercial activities related to mobility, on drivers who are in cities with less vehicles on the road, and on all other citizens, because a city with a healthy and a clean environment is for everyone.
Okay, that was ParkSmart. So we continue with the presentations here. Now I call here Massimiliano Curto from Move Plus. So I'm putting here in case you go.
I don't need 5 minutes. I will be faster. Okay, thank you. So, hello everyone. My name is Massimiliano Curto, and I'm the CEO of WeTaxi. So today I'm going to present a new way to just request the traditional taxi. So before to start with the presentation, just to summarize what happened maybe this morning. MobiGoIn is a European project. Many of you comes from the south of Sweden, come from France, from Germany. All of you maybe got at the airport at the same time, took a taxi and come here. Everyone pay 100% of their bill. So our idea is very simple. We want just to share this taxi and share the cost of the ride. So we created a simple app. Just, I think the innovation is not really the app. I think the innovation is what is behind the app. So the possibility to share the ride, to share the cost, and have a more affordable service. The user doesn't need to do anything really, just use the app, request the taxi, and then what we have behind, make everything automatically for them and find someone to share the ride and the cost. So we have created this algorithm that is our own property, and this algorithm is able to optimize the distance, the duration, and the cost of a taxi ride. So what we ask to the user, nothing else than what they do today. So just get their position through the GPS sensor, then request the taxi, share it, know the price, so everyone will know the price before to pay for it, and then just travel. We have two different service offer. So usually, in general, what we do is that with all the requests that we got from our user, we are looking for someone to share the ride, so other passengers. But for the main destination and the main events in the city, so airport, train station, big events, we offer a fixed discount of 30%, and then it's up to us to find other passengers. If we found 2, we are very happy. If we found 3, we are more than happy, and we will really earn some money. So why a user should be happy about something like this? Well, this service is cheaper. This service can help to reduce the waiting time. Imagine that in Turin, when there is an important football match, like Juventus match, the waiting time should go up to 2 hours. So reducing this waiting time is not something not important. And then we said safety. Why safety? Because we think this service with a specific target that is young people that today doesn't use taxi. And we believe that is really unbelievable that today in 2017 so many people die during the weekend, during Friday night and Saturday night because they drive drunk. So we believe that this could be a solution to support the public transport during the night, but this could be an affordable solution for young people. So our roadmap, very simply, we launched the service just a few weeks ago. In July we will have the first shared events, and then next year we imagine to roll out in other Italian cities and then in Europe. Today in Turin we work with the 2 main companies of taxis, so we have a very large coverage, is more than 1,000 taxis, and I don't know, just if you need a taxi, just download our app and try it, and you can say if it's a good service or not. Thank you very much. Oh, well, this is our team, just the end. We are 6 people. We cover from the business development to the IT side, and we do also have a more experienced person that is working in the transportation field since many years. And so, well, that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now I called Andrea Benedetti from MondoWeb.
Good morning, I'm Andrea Benedetti, CTO of Purple Miles. A few words about Purple Miles. Purple Miles is a startup company and was born by a private fundraising about 1 year ago. Purple Miles is a mobility system that you can use with our app, available in 4 languages, in iOS and Android environment. The users by a smartphone or a tablet can make transportation requests and can receive real-time multiple offers from drivers around them in a given range around his position. The system accepts all possible categories of drivers, public and private drivers. There is no geographical limitation. The service is worldwide available as it relies on GPS service that is worldwide available. The system sends the requests in real time to all available drivers located in a given range from the point of departure. Drivers will reply with their best offer among free of charge or donation transport contribution, mainly private drivers, or with a specified amount, mail and limo service and taxi drivers. Passengers are free to choose, and all payments will be made directly from passengers to drivers. Purple Miles will not accept money from passengers. The safety is given by feedback left at the end of the transportation service by passengers and drivers. Also drivers can give a feedback about passengers. So it's the same system used by Booking or TripAdvisor. Purple Mile source of revenue, so business model. Our revenue is originated from driver prepaid account that is decreased for each paid service provided, and by geolocalized advertising. Every user see the banners of advertisers around his position. The difference between Purple Miles and we could say Uber-like services. Not only Uber, we can think also to BlaBlaCar or MyTaxi and so on. The app is worldwide available, also in suburban areas, not only in urban areas of some countries like Uber or BlaBlaCar. We manage all possible means of transport, also gondolas in Venice. There are a lot of possibilities. There is no need for local premises with SAF, as the system has a high grade of automation, and all the services, we could think to all European service managed by Italy. Direct payment between passenger and driver. The Purple Miles does not accept money, so Purple Miles is not a transportation company. So we don't need any license. We have a compliance with any local tax and laws, and we have also an immunity from union disputes with drivers, because we are not a transportation company. So we can give a service to the drivers, but we are not a transportation company. There is also a possible free of charge service. Every private drivers can choose to give a free service only for to know new friends, or because he wants to share his car. There is also another aspect that is not included in this list, that is a big difference according to me, for example, with Uber. Every time that the passenger accepts an offer, he can contact directly the drivers with a chat system inside the app. Also, he can give a call directly to the drivers. This is not possible with the Uber, because the company has a policy that does not allow contacts between passengers and drivers. So we are a startup. We are open to all contacts to launch the service in Italy, but also abroad. We are seeking for fundraiser and investors. We are 4 people, and the team is here. We are 4 people. We are also investors, and we believe in Purple Miles, and we are working hard to success. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now I call Antonio Privitera, the PTV Sistema.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Privitera from PTV Sistema. So before the video start, can I have just 10 seconds? Thanks. So, who we are. Sistema is a former spin-off of University of Rome La Sapienza. We started our adventure together with PTV, as PTV is a large company. It's one of the main software developer for transportation and logistics worldwide. And they were involved from the beginning with us. So now basically we're not a spin-off anymore. So the course is completed, and we are now fully inside PTV. So what I will present is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, because there are so many things to say. So I'll spend 5 minutes to try to explain you what is PTV Optima. Okay? So first of all, What do we mean with proactive mobility management? When you're talking about traffic supervision is basically the standard term that people use to say that I'm checking what's the traffic situation now and I'm able to influence it. Now, what we want to do is way more than this. So we want to do real-time traffic management. We do it already. The first project adopting this solution is here in Turin. It's actually the supervisor that rules the traffic of the whole Piemonte region. So we can aggregate a lot of information coming from accident, all the detectors, traffic events, and we can use it to create an information about what the status of the traffic now. But we can do more. We can forecast based on this traffic information what the traffic will look like in a while, and we can forecast how to act in case of events. So here you see there is an event, an accident, which is closing one of the ramps to access the highway, for example, right? So I know, for example, from police that the road is going to be closed for a while because there is an accident. Now, since my system as an engine which is able to simulate traffic, I can check which effect this is going to have in a while. So this is what happens after 15 minutes. So you see the queue is spreading, right? So this is the city of Düsseldorf. It's a demo system we created for the city of Düsseldorf. And you see after 15 minutes, you have that the ramp going to the highway is going to be connected. It's going to be, congested. Then when you go to 1 hour, basically the queue is spreading everywhere, right? Now, what you want to do with your, ideally, you want the system to tell you which one is the best solution to use to solve this. You know in advance that there's going to be a problem in 1 hour. But since you have a way to simulate traffic, you can also simulate which kind of countermeasurement you can use to reduce this situation. So basically Optima, which is the platform you're looking at, this is just a graphical user interface, allows you to evaluate, so what get a reliable prediction for your network, so traffic prediction up to 60 minutes, both planned and unplanned events, so roadworks or accidents. What's the difference between this approach and many other approach? Like, for example, statistical approach, data-driven approach, they are very common today. They can be used to predict the typical situation and what the forecast will be based on the typical situation. They cannot work when you have unpredicted events like accident. There you need a model that is telling you how the traffic is spreading. Here you see an application of what I was talking about. So, for example, I'm on a highway and I want to decide what's the best way to deal with traffic. One scenario, I open a hard shoulder, so one of the shoulder is not used, and I can decide to open it to make the traffic flow better. I can change the speed limits from, let's say, put it to 100. So here you say, I'm opening that lane, putting the speed limit to 100. Let's see how this is going to improve my situation. This is a simulation in a different software, also done by BTV. It's called Vissim, which is basically the market leader for microscopic simulation of vehicles. So you see now the traffic is a bit more fluid compared to before. Or for example, you have an accident, you're closing. And here is basically is what you see if you are looking at data visualization on through our solutions. Okay? As I said, I mean, this is just a glimpse of what we do. It's optimized, completely open platform. These are just an list of the most recent installation we have. It's completely open, it's web-based, it has API to connect to basically all the apps we have seen so far. So we are here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Now Lorenzo Modena, the OpenMove.
OpenMove is a company specialized in designing and developing software solutions for intelligent transportation. I'm Lorenzo Modena, and today I will particularly dive in our software for transport ticketing. So the problem that we want to address is that there is no easy way for transport agencies to distribute their transport tickets. It means that there is no BlaBlaCar or Booking for transport agencies. Solutions by competitors face time-consuming deployment, high setup costs. It means that it's not affordable for small and medium transport agencies to have a digital sales channel, and they need IT capabilities to deploy, run, and maintain the entire solution. This leads to severe fragmentation of the market. So we engineered an entire ecosystem of software solutions to do this, particularly an app that allows you to find and pay the right ticket for different transport services. It works as iOS and Android applications, but also web application and iframe embeddable into existing software web services, for example. It's multi-language. It has a trip planner built inside to recommend the right ticket at the right time. And it allows you to pay with just one tap. So it's super simple to use. We also engineered a web dashboard. And it allows for self-service ticketing management. We provide a layer of analytics with all data in terms of sales and trip in real time. It handles billing and clearing, and it allows for personal management. We also engineered software tools for ticket inspections and collections. It means that inspection works via QR code, barcode. We engineered a OCR system that actually reads the plate of the car in case of parking. The app also is connected with a Bluetooth printer if the collector wants to print, wants to issue a paper ticket, for instance. It can also work offline under every circumstance. In fact, we implemented a strong anti-fraud layer because fraud can come by users, but even from the internal personnel of the transport agency. Our entire solution is completely end-to-end. It covers financial, operational, and technical aspects of transport ticketing. It covers all transport services, including bus, train, metro, parking, for instance, and it's completely multi-agency. What's interesting about that? Well, it's plug and play. It requires no IT capabilities from the transport agencies to be deployed and maintained, and this leads to a time to market that we measure in minutes. You sign up and you can create tickets in literally minutes of time. It's a record here. It's as a service. It works on cloud, so you will not face setup costs. We do not ask for proprietary hardware to be run, including also the handheld devices, which is a standard Android devices for the personnel, for example, and we provide with high availability. So it's cloud-based, it guarantees fault tolerance and load balancing. It can work under OpenMove brand, but we also deploy white label solutions. What's our references? We started the company in 2014. Now we have clients in 6 countries in the world, in Europe and in the Middle East. And we have been awarded 3 times as Best Innovation for Public Administration in Italy. Some of our clients here, Trenitalia, the National Trentino Trasporti Esercizio, one of the biggest bus companies in the north of the country. We manage their mobile ticketing in province of Trento from 2015, over 2 years, and we sell more than 12% of urban tickets via our platform. Ericsson, we have been working with them in 6 different projects in the last 8 months in 3 countries in the world. And Autostradale, the Italian leader in moving passengers from airports to big cities. In this case, our software solution handles over 100,000 euros sold every single week. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm calling Stefano Baggini from Basel.
Hello everybody, I'm Stefano Baggini from Basel. That's a company that was founded in the last part of 2016. To drive a car is one of the dreams of all young guys. because it's flexible, could be fast, also cool, because you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. But after a period, drive a car could be frustrating, because it's dangerous. Could be dangerous because you are exposed to a lot of risks, a lot of costs of maintenance, and also you have to front a lot of regulation. But there are a lot of solutions for these frustrated drivers. You have a car sharing system where you can use a car without being an owner, or other system like Uber or with taxi, for example, that you use a car but not have not so legal duty. We help not the drivers, the car drivers, but the large groups that have to cover long distances. We are not, and now we are working with professionals like travel agency, event organizers or association. We are a tool. We are not a bus company, but we are a tool to help these kind of professional to organize, manage, and sell the ticket of their buses, like a bus sharing company, we can say. This company chose Bustle because it's convenient, organized, fast, and safe. It's convenient because you could compare all the quotation of our bus operator partner. Is fast because all the requests are sent immediately to our partners, and also is organized because you have a personal profile which you can manage all the requests and the quotation. Also safe because all the partners that are bus operator are certified and quality checked. Here a list of several of our partners that are, as I said, travel agencies, event organizer, and association. And now I wanted to talk to you about our further projects. That's to provide the service to the final customer. That's like a tool to organize a trip, self-organize a trip by the users. And this project is called Travel and Movers. Movers are self-organizer, not professional organizer, that use Bustle to create a group and sell the ticket of these buses. To be a mover, you have a lot of benefits because you have a professional support of our touristical team that allow you to create the ticket, to create the trip, and also sell it. You can earn also a bit an extra cash and have fun to organize the trip. All the destinations are not scheduled or timetabled, but are proposed by the users. Here a list of the offers that are live on our website. And to close, I want to say only that we are working, we have a plan, and we are testing our product, and we are grow as a company also abroad about Italy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now our next presenter speaker is Maria Chiara Bosio from Bring Me.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Maria Chiara Bosio, and I'm here today to present you JoJob. JoJob is the service leader in Italy in corporate carpooling to share the trip from home to work between colleagues or other employees of neighboring companies. Why neighboring companies? Because our scope is create intercompany cluster, because the corporations that are localized in the same area have the same needs of mobility, transportation, and parking. JoJob works with two instruments, a web platform and a mobile app. With the web platform, the single user can find other colleagues that lives near and share the trip. With the mobile app, you can certify the single trip and monitor how much CO2 you have saved thanks to the trip in sharing. These data are available, are certified because we have a technology that reveals every 30 seconds thanks to the GPS relevation. These data are available to the companies that choose our service and are available to spend for many activities: brand awareness, CSR activities, upgrade welfare activities, or decrease mobility cost. So there are advantages for the single user, the employees, or the companies that choose the service. This is our clients in Italy. And for any other information, you can write at this email address. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now the presenter is Francesco Ricciardi from Biologics.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Francesco Ricciardi, CEO of Biologics, Italian company, and also CEO of Biologics Incorporated, a US-based company. What we do, we provide engineering services and development of components and architecture for embedded system of vehicles. So basically, what we do, why we participate in the ICT project, because we do all that is related of the ICT components inside the vehicles. So what I want to focus on today is the fact that all of you are talking about software and components. I don't know if all of you knows this, that the car of the future is the most powerful computer that you will never own. And to demonstrate this, I can just show this. How many line of codes there are in a car? So, for example, an app for Android or iOS is about 10,000 line of codes. But to run the shuttle, they need 5,000 line of codes. To run a Boeing 787, there are 14 million line of codes. To run a car, so a new generation car, we need something more than 100 million of line codes. Just to give you an example, 100 million of line codes is if we print out this line of codes, we have more or less something like 2,000 volumes of one encyclopedia, and means like having the complete Wikipedia in all the languages will be 10,000 volumes. So this means just 5 times less than the complete Wikipedia printed. So and what we do? So what we do inside the cars? We do electronics components, but also we do architecture. So today I just want to speak about what we are doing as new steps of our development. So here you can see the next generation of vehicle architecture. So there will be software embedded to control the chassis, software to integrate in the sensor fusion all the sensors that will be used for the autonomous driving systems, and the control logics of the autonomous driving systems. We are present as development in all these 3 layers. So we already have developed and deployed, so in the market, the chassis control system for standard and electric vehicles. Here you can see some of the components that we have developed and we use also in our architectures. And in the next future, so by the end of this year, there will be also a demonstrator of all the autonomous feature running on the architecture. Just to give you one example. Some of the products that we have developed that are already in the market, so you can run. And in the case of the Burl car is a car sharing vehicle. We have developed also the car for Peugeot. And this is an example of electric vehicles that use our technologies and also are used for everyday car sharing. Another example of a vehicle that uses our technology is a very high-end car that is produced in very low volumes. And this car also is using our technology. So we have a system that is scalable from very small cars used for car sharing, but also cars used for fun, as in this case. What I can see in the trend of the market, some of you are talking about parking, the possibility to find new parking, empty spaces inside the city. What I can see, the trend are to have shared economy, so more sharing, more car sharing, and and also some of these vehicles that are very high end. Let's say in the middle, probably there will be less car private owned, but there will be more car shared and more of a sports car.
Okay, next is Mario Cola from Any Park.
Hi, thank you. We have a short video before I speak. And that's the presentation. Well, in the meantime, I'm the CIO of Any Park LLC, and we are a tech company based in the US, in Venice. And basically, we connect those looking for parking with the ones that are about to leave one in real time through a simple mobile app, which is free to use and ad-free. So that, okay, the video is ready.
Oggi i social network ci permettono di condividere contenuti di qualsiasi tipo, un'immagine, una canzone, ma credo che il vero potere di queste piattaforme sia connettere le persone, come ad esempio chi cerca parcheggio con chi sta per liberarne uno. Spesso arrivati a destinazione sappiamo già quando ripartiremo, quindi perché non condividere questa informazione? Any Park è un social network per risparmiare aiutando gli altri a trovare parcheggio, il tuo. Vorrebbe mettere a rischio la privacy. Per questo all'iscrizione non sono richiesti dati sensibili, quanto più informazioni di dominio pubblico come il modello e il colore dell'auto, per facilitare la condivisione e il riconoscimento tra utenti. Tramite i servizi Google e la chat integrata posso aiutare un utente in park come se fosse un mio amico, anche se non ci conosciamo. Cercare parcheggio ogni giorno della settimana, 365 giorni l'anno, comporta un enorme spreco di risorse e di tempo, senza considerare le emissioni delle nostre auto. Con un semplice gesto possiamo cambiare il nostro modo di parcheggiare e quello dei nostri amici con uno smartphone e un'auto. Tutto ciò che devi fare è condividere il tuo posto, come me.
So that was the main points of this project. So we started as a crowdsourced service where people can share the estimated elapsing time of their permanence in a parking space. So that's our team, our boardroom, and we are all young and foolish, as we could say. And yeah, as I said, we are just making parking more social, as we need to involve people in the smart city. We need people to understand that each smartphone is a sensor, and we have to get profit from that. And how does it work? So it's really easy. You open the app and you get geotagged, and you can just share with 2 taps the elapsing time of your staying in this parking space, and then it will be available on the home screen of the social for the other users to interact with. Then you have all the information about your parking. You have your history, you have the street view to get a glimpse of where you parked, and you can get to the parking spot with the navigator. You can leave a feedback about how was it like to park in that certain location, as there won't be always a mark on the map, so you can get an information if some user had a bad experience in that place. You will see that on the map. And also you can chat. It's a very smart chat, just to get in touch with the one that is helping you actually finding parking spot. So you have also all the data from the other user, all the data that you need, just like BlaBlaCar or every other crowdsourced service. And credits and coupons are our reward for people, for our users, as we think that this information that they are sharing is really important, so we want to reward them. And we created a value, which is AnyPark credits. And each time you are active in the community, you get credits that are actually valuable for discounts on the map. So we have our network of discounts that are from the automotive to the lifestyle, wellness, whatever. And you can just pay with the credits that you earned by parking. And you can also use the credits to request a parking spot in a certain place, a certain time. For example, maybe tomorrow I'm going to Milan and I need to find a parking space. So I ask the community and I give from 2 to 5 credits to the one that can actually free a parking space for me. And there is no compromise, because we have a 12 people team. They are all young, from 15 to 18 years old, worldwide, and we work from distance. And the app is light, is fast, is safe, and has a minimum impact on the battery life of your smartphone. As it uses connection and GPS, we got to stay light. And our revenue model is not on our users' shoulders, as all our revenues come from our partners. So what our partners are: payment, parking payment services, mobile, and coupons. So we get to take a small piece of their revenues from the parking. So our user is not charged to pay through our app. So we can share our parking spot in any park and be paying for our parking, just like when we share a picture on Instagram and it goes to Facebook straightforward without going out of the app. And then we get also revenues from our coupon partners, which actually cover the city with coupons, and then we get revenues from them. And yeah, it's, as I said, it's a real-time solution, and through our partners, we are planning to get into private garage and points of interest like airports and stations. So what will be our future? Our future will be to play a big role in the smart city deployment. So we are planning to build our parking assistants, our own AI, artificial intelligence system, to get data from car sharings and our partners, and give punctual predictions about parking. So we are in Turin, and we are collaborating with the city administrations to get and give open data, and also to help disabled people, which are often left without their reserved parking space, to get some voice out there. And we are obviously searching for funds, and that's our special offer for today, if someone wants to invest. And mainly, that's where our budget goes. So development and marketing. And yeah, we are working on new technologies like photo scan and Bluetooth parking recognition each time we get engaged with the car Bluetooth. And also, starting from the end of this year, we are planning to work with Enjoy, because every time a user books a car-sharing vehicle, is actually freeing up a parking space. So we are recycling and giving value to that information. And yeah, those are objectives, and that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So thank you, and our last speaker here is Luca Merio from CWS.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Luca, and I'm from CWS, an Italian and Turin company. I would like to start saying that anytime somebody has the opportunity to join one of us, at the end of the meeting has the feeling, well, these guys are out of the box, or something like, what the hell are these guys talking about? If we reach the second meeting, sometimes it happens, the feeling is completely different, like, well, they can help us, they can enable our solution to reach our target. So this happens, as I said, normally in 2 meetings. Now I have to shrink the things in 5 minutes to provide to you the same feeling. So I'm going to talk about IoT cellar, you remember, for wine. What the hell these guys are talking about? Yes, we start from this. So, should be this one, okay. So we born 30 years ago as a company in the mainframe space, and we are still playing in this, but years over years we have moved to web application, web in general, and starting from 2009 we are mixing these capabilities with some multimedia application, and one of our solution is a player for museum, which is able to share video and photo content. The evolution of this is that we are able to share also digital content through this solution, which is named Livian, and we developed a system that through normal sensors that are available in the market is able to provide the statistics about some key measures like humidity, temperature, TVOC, so quality of the air, within a cellar that contains wine bottles. You remember, what the hell are these guys are talking about? We collect all this info and we share across a web app around the world to wine lovers. We presented this solution at last Vinitaly Expo, and the feeling of the user was, well, I want to buy this cellar, and this was predictable. What was unpredictable is that not wine lovers, but carriers asked us, well, instead of give the information to the final user, can you give me the information on how the wine is good or bad, better or good, while we are transporting it? Other feeling was, why can't we create a network of wine sharing person that would like to drink a certain bottle overnight, but they don't have them in their cellar, and so they might ask to somebody else, a restaurant or another participant of this community, to share the wine. So all these things, which was unpredictable feelings and feedbacks, are perfectly liked and perfectly enabling some of the solutions that we heard this morning here, and that maybe are not yet in your mind. For instance, to get the status of the wine while transporting it is perfectly an onboard status of the vehicle like the eco drive, for instance. So if I'm driving good, the wine probably is not shaking, blah, 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 and so also my transportation is good. So it's an eco drive, a good driving style information, exactly as when I change the gear perfectly on time as requested by the motor, by the engine. The community of wine lovers that can share the wine can mix perfectly with the organization of smart transports across the city. So instead of buying a bottle, prepare transport of big trucks, we can use smart small trucks. And so all these things are once again enablers of some solution that can integrate with the topics Chiara and the other ladies were talking this morning. So, I've this slide with me, but I've not touched them at all. So just a few examples. These are a sample taken from the temperature and the humidity sensor located into the cellar. Giving information each 5 minutes. So, for instance, if I see that the external temperature is going up while the transport, I may give a feedback to the carrier, to the transporter, to check what's happening in order not to destroy the wine ordered by the guy. And this is basically the things I've touched while speaking. Okay. Thanks a lot for the opportunity of being here. I will be there for the afternoon for talking with you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Yeah, after a while, you know, after lunch, there will be an opportunity to do B2B meetings here in a space over there. You can meet all of the the speakers and also the clusters, and Torino Wireless, if you haven't met with us, will be available too. So definitely, if you want to meet some like the other clusters or the partners that weren't here, you can tell us, and then we can arrange or share the information with you. So the last speaker is online, Davide Angelelli from Virtual Mind.
Hi, you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, I am Davide Angelelli, CEO of Virtual Mind. I want to present to our Real 360 technology, image and sound recording system at 360 degrees. Our technology based on several in Italian and international patents. We have already implemented 360 in UAV, automotive and aerospace system. The project is Real 360 and connected platform name is Panoptes 360. The innovative features are complex view 360, full sphere recorder and with no detail loss. Real-time video stitching image, real-time streaming, facial recognition, up to 5000 K resolution, possible integration with all system security exists, and system traffic solution, control camera, sensor, and monitor pollution. For our platform based on platform software and hardware camera 360. Device and applied service and product to various aspects of mobility. Autonomous guide, automotive market, traffic control, access control, public and security sites, anti-terrorism attack. Now please is possible our presentation in play for show this. Thank you.
Virtual Mind is a company founded by Angelelli family. David Angelilli is inventor of several Italian and international patents, invented in 2012 the 360 degrees camera, in 2014 the first 360 degrees endoscopic probe. Virtual Mind patents have been products and interfaced with multi-touch, UAV and drones, VR devices, simulators, multi-touch technology. Virtual Mind manufactures multiple systems and services that integrate 360 degrees technologies. Now we are realizing the technologies of the future. 360 degrees broadcasting system, 360 degrees live streaming for automotive and security. 360 degrees technology integrates in nano UAV. 360 degrees endoscopy for the biomedical industry. Our technologies offer the ubiquity. We will be able to observe the remote events by deciding their own viewing angle in a space, even as small as a duct, in 360 degrees 3D with real and high-resolution shooting. The 360 degrees offers the opportunity to interact with other sensors, tactics and neuronal, with other users in the biomedicine, rehabilitation and training system. Our competitors have developed 360 technologies only for the consumer market. Virtual Mind has developed 360 degrees technologies on board aircraft or vehicles for autonomous driving system, integrated on board nano UAV or in the pilot helmet with 2-hour real-time telemetry technology. Challenge. Current mobility, security, traffic, and autonomous vehicle camera are unable to record a 360 degrees environment, not detecting all detail. Our solution. Virtual Mind developing 360 degrees technologies, implemented in industrial security and aerospace market. A 360 degrees ultra-panoramic probe scan and recorder, the complete full 360 degrees field of vision without detail loss. Real 360 camera. Real 360 camera car. Real skin with lidar. Real 720 helmet. Virtual Mind realized product. Real 360 degrees technology advantage. Recorder full sphere environment 360 degrees x 360 degrees, no particular loss. Real-time video stitching. Real-time streaming to headquarter or other device. No shape limitation. Extreme miniaturization. 50K image, video recording at 30-60 FPS. Several version and possible integration. Innovative features. All users see where you want. And made a preferred personal timeline. Possible integration. Autonomous vehicle. Traffic camera. Security camera. Public order. Broadcasting system, media. Anti-terrorism monitoring. Real 360 is an international patented technology. We have design patented. Prototype. Intellectual property. Several market analyses. Partnership with distributor. Testimonial. Competitor technology. No product on the market has the unique features of our product. Application. Security for smart cities. Mobility monitoring. Autonomous guide. 360 degrees camera car. F1 and MotoGP camera. Implemented with our multi-touch technology. Mobility and smart cities. Anti-terrorism attack. Naval and harbor security. Police vehicle. SWAT analysis. Financial needs. Development timeline. Revenue. Our team. Our awards. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, so now we go back to MobiGoIn, or go forward in this case, because the idea is now we're gonna let you know where we are going. So after all the work that we did about analyzing the market that you told us you were interested, and other markets that we gathered were potential target markets for smart mobility solutions, we devised this internationalization strategy with the purpose of taking small and medium enterprises and startups from Europe abroad. So this is kind of the roadmap that we're going to follow. We, let's say, we gathered together all the activities that we want to do in order for help you go up international. So the idea is to aggregate the companies that are working within Europe in similar or like in value chains regarding smart mobility, put them together, make them know each other, start working with each other in Europe, and then understand which of the target markets we're approaching is the one that is more interested to you. We have to prioritize, so it's like, let's do groups targeting the different countries we are developing. The idea is to prepare, do some services. So we have two packages of services. The first package is the preparation package. It means to create these value chains of European companies that want to go abroad, that share a market target and share a strategy of, so we can help you also to develop a communication and a marketing strategy for your products. So the idea is to map the products in a value chain, and then with the package of the products, go abroad. Because we know that going by ourselves is more difficult than going together. Then there will be some collective services in order to help you prepare to approach the new markets. So a market analysis specific and a product analysis specific to go to the market. So how the product could behave, what are the opportunities, what are the kind of players that you should approach, how to approach, and also other kind of training like related to the fiscal and the legal policies and the language, the culture that may be needed in order to approach a new country. Then we pass it to the international package that is mainly designed to go abroad. So it was going to be designed to expand the relationships that we as clusters, given that let's say that the first thing is for us cluster to go find partners in the local markets that we have devised, and start working with them because they have the knowledge of the market, on how the market behaves, and they can also provide support and help services for the companies that will be there. So this is our target markets. After analyzing the long list of markets that we had, we decided to concentrate on 4 markets, let's say. So each one was mapped, each one was chosen because of the opportunities they provide for the companies that we mapped, and they were not only mapped regarding the focus that MobiGoIn project has. So for China, for example, after all the analysis, we gathered that they're more interested, or there's more potential there for solutions for clean fuel and emission vehicles, fleet management, last mile logistics, and infomobility. We grouped Singapore and Malaysia, given that they're really close by. So for them, the more interested market segments are infomobility, traffic control, parking, smart ticketing, we've seen a lot of that today, and door-to-door mobility. Then we decided to go to North America in terms of USA and Canada. So in Canada is more all the smart city related solutions, from door-to-door mobility to demand management and clean fuel and low emission vehicles. And for USA we have all the parts of autonomous vehicles, onboard information management, and the logistics. In order to approach this market, as I told you, we have gathered these contacts, first contacts with different partners within all of these countries. So these partners have already expressed their interest in collaborating with us and in helping you go to these countries. So we have some European partners out besides our 4 clusters. There's a cluster in Denmark that is really interested too. Then are the local partners, and then our international partners are, for now, 3 Chinese or European Chinese agencies that support the industry and trade. In Malaysia, we have the European Malaysian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It's gonna speak in a little while from Malaysia, so also Skype, let's hope it works. And then we'll have Canada. We have 2 agencies that are already endorsed the project. And then in USA, we have also a Capital Factory Mobility X. It's an incubator there, also that have shown interest. These are the first partners that we gather in this first 17-month project. And so our idea is to continue working with them and gathering others. So now we're going to tell you a little bit about the internationalization partners. For Malaysia, is going to speak Noor as Melissa Romley. Is an advocacy manager at the European Malaysian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Ah, okay, so. Okay.
European companies need to develop their business abroad.
Well, Malaysia is certainly a very strategic location.
Malaysia is a very good gateway to ASEAN. It's been proven, I think, by many companies setting up here and using Malaysia as a base for doing business in ASEAN.
Certainly there are new areas for European. One could be green technologies, renewable energies.
More than 30 million people, the English language, the firm legal structure based on English law. It's a very safe place where to start from.
It's quite affordable, it's more cost effective compared to Singapore. You have a great labor force.
The regulatory environment here is very welcoming generally, and the ease of setting up companies here is far greater than other countries in the region.
Malaysia has a fantastic infrastructure, fantastic highway system, a great port in the south.
BKFZ has successfully brought in well-known foreign investment into the free zone.
The investment profile within Malaysia has grown by more than double. The last 6 years has grown by more than 12.2% per annum.
I think the unique strength of Malaysia is the diversity that we can encounter in every aspect of life here in this country.
It's a great environment, it's great for the kids because education is first class.
When new families come to Malaysia, if they come to an international school and they step into a ready-made community, the quality of international education that's available is a very, very high standard. That's reassuring to families.
I always encourage the newcomers into a country to get themselves quickly involved with the local chambers, their respective chambers, because those guys are already on the ground.
The EU-Malaysia Chamber of Commerce can provide advice and can provide information for companies who are considering expanding into Southeast Asia.
We see the big benefit of the EU-MCCI as supporting the advocacy approach.
The EU-MCCI is a fantastic platform for companies to come in, get engaged, to significantly expand the market, which benefits Malaysians but also benefits European businesses in Malaysia.
So it's a mixture of a lot of cultures coming into a kitchen, the same as, with a lot of Eastern and Western and Asian flavors all together. So that is a good example of how things can come to Malaysia and how all together we can do it.
Hello, can you hear me? All right. So thank you very much for the video. Let's see if I can see my face there. So you were supposed to have Lisa, but and we had a change of program, and now you have me. So my name is Roberto Benetello. I'm the CEO of the EU Malaysia Chamber of Commerce, and we do here in Malaysia. We are a chamber of chambers, so we group together all the 28 member states and respective chambers of commerce. We represent something in the region of 1,500, 1,600 European or European-related companies here in Malaysia. And, our main role is advocacy. We try to advocate the needs, wants of the European business community in Malaysia and establish a friendly business environment for the companies to succeed here in this part. Yeah, let me see, because we have some technical issues here. So, what are the strong points about Malaysia? So Malaysia is at the center of Southeast Asia. A very interesting entry point into ASEAN, okay? I don't know if you guys are familiar with ASEAN, but Southeast Asia is composed of, a number of countries. The total population is roughly 0.6 billion. And between now and 2050, you know that in Asia we're going to have probably 1.4 billion people more. So the demographic growth here is going to be tremendous. Malaysia, in the context of Southeast Asia, is going to be extremely important because it's going to be the best entry point into the region. Okay, so Malaysia as a principal hub to access the Southeast Asia market, the strongest point of the country. By 2020, Malaysia aims to become a fully developed nation. Malaysia infrastructure is extremely, in terms of roads, in terms of connectivity to the internet, in terms of ports, in terms of airports. So so far the best access point to Southeast Asia has been Singapore. But Singapore is somehow very crowded because the space in Singapore is very limited. And Malaysia seems to be the best next opportunity to access Southeast Asia. Malaysia is making a lot of progress in terms of adopting new technologies and wants to become a leader in the region, for example, for technical vehicle manufacturing and for smart cities. A lot of smart cities opportunities in the south, in the southern part of Malaysia, near the border of Singapore. So we believe that Malaysia is definitely extremely well placed to provide SMEs in Italy and in Europe extremely good opportunities. I just want to finish my brief remarks by reminding you that we have a mission. We have a mission in July, late July. It's a trade mission on Internet of Things, okay, IoT. So we're looking for European SMEs wanting to come to Malaysia and showcase their products and services. This trade mission is subsidized by European funds. So if you guys are interested in participating, please get in touch with my staff and we will make that happen. Another thing is, something else I want to remind you, that on the 3rd of July, I'll be in Turin and I'm going to give a seminar on business opportunities in Malaysia. Hopefully at the time you will see me better and the technology probably will be of better help. All right, thanks.
Okay, this is the same the trade mission he was talking about is an Internet of Things at the end of July. So if you're interested, let us know. We'll share you the presentation and put you in contact with everyone. And also, this is the other an event we're organizing with them. He will be coming to Turin, Europe, in order to share about the internationalization and business opportunities in Malaysia. So this meeting is a seminar here in Turin in July 3rd. So we'll keep you posted about the location of the event and everything. So, okay. So we don't have any USA partner that could be able to communicate with us, but I just wanted to let you a little bit more about what we're doing regarding the United States. We have this partner I already told you about called Capital Factory. It's an incubator about mobility and digital solutions. And last week, actually, we participated in a mission, in an European mission of clusters going to United States. I myself went there. So we toured three cities from the East Coast, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Boston. And we met with different kind of, not cluster because they don't have the cluster figure there, but different kind of associations and entities that work and by doing things kind of similar what we do here with the clusters. So those are all the different entities we met. Some of them were more related to incubation. Some of them were venture capital associations that were, or organizations that put into contact SMEs and startups with venture capital. Some of them were incubators, so they have different offerings regarding companies that want to go there to see how the market works. Some of them have programs like 2 weeks or 6 weeks programs that you can go there, know a little bit more about the market, and then decide if it's suitable for your solutions. And there are also some other science centers or innovation institutes that are interested in also research and development projects with companies here. So all of these we're gonna continue working with them in order for creating more alliances and help you go to the US if it's a country you're interested in. So sorry, this one. So now Canada, there's our partner there, Innovative Vehicle Institute. They send us a video too, so we can share with you about what they do, right? No? Okay, so we'll send it to you, it's better. And then about China, Anya, do you want to talk a little bit more about our Chinese partners? Sorry. Anya from BBCom Germany, they were in charge of all the partners, contacts and partnership agreement that we signed with the partners.
So we found 3 different organizations that are from Europe, but they operate out of China because the cluster idea or business network idea is very, very new to China. So we decided we're going to take a different approach and find partners that we can work with easier. So for one of the main partners that we found is the German Center in Beijing, because they're called German Center, but they have contacts to all, like Eurocharm, to all the networks, all the companies, and they rent out as well. And they do support for companies when they go to China. So it's a really good starting point, because you can go into their office, see if it works. They have all the lawyers, they have all the IPR addresses, they know how it works. So this is your go-to point. And then we also used, we talked a lot to Baden-Württemberg International. They're obviously catered to SMEs from Baden-Württemberg, where I am from first and foremost. But here again as well, they have a really strong established network in Nanjing this time. And they are happy to provide the services that they have as well to European SMEs, or to put us in touch with people who can. So we thought this is a really strong starting point for us if we want to go to China. And now we're talking to a few entities as well, especially in the e-car market. So we can see if maybe by the time the Strand 2 starts, we have another partner that's even more like in the business organization idea. But yeah.
Thank you very much. So now she started looking about local partners. So we are in Turin Also, okay, sorry. We are here in Turin. We also have some local partners that are joining us today. So I invite Vania Milizia from the Chamber of Commerce of Turin, and Annalisa Gamba from Piemonte, and Luca Galeasso from Envy Park that represents the MOVE project. It's another project, kind of brother, cousin of MobiGoIn, addressing, well, he'll let you more about it now.
Good morning, everybody. I work in Torino Chamber of Commerce, and I will talk about a program that we have developed since 3 years ago. It is Mentoring for International Growth. This project is developed by us and financed by us, more some partners. The goal of the program is to encourage exchange of managerial experience across international markets with leaders who have personal or professional ties to Piemonte. The program is designed to support international growth of entrepreneurs and business owners of the Great Piedmont region through a voluntary relationship between a business professional with significant and well-recognized work experience, which is called mentor, and an upcoming entrepreneur, which is called mentee. The mentor, based on their own field of experience, facilitates the professional development of the mentee. The mentor, in addition to being an experienced business professional, is a person with ties, strong ties to Piedmont by origin, education, or work, living abroad. And he is a member of Meet at Torino, which is a network that we have created by LinkedIn platform. The mentee is a company executive or a person who holds a key managerial position in a company based in Piedmont and is interested in the international growth of the company. And so both parties engage in a relationship which is voluntary, not paid basis, and sign on agreement to adhere to certain ethical guidelines. They receive, the mentees receive, the mentor and the mentees received a training session by Torino Chamber. And this program lasts 8 months with minimum of 30 hours. The relation will be handled by distance communication, of course, because mentor live abroad. So mentor and mentees, they keep in touch usually by Skype calls, and it lasts about 30 hours. Candidates, both mentor and mentee, who will not find suitable matches in this program, can apply the year after. So this is a kind of tutoring program that we have studied for those companies who need some tips to go abroad, and we give them the experience of mentors, which are the professional living abroad, and for a sense of giving back to the land of Torino, of Piedmont, they decide to give this opportunity, and so they decide to join companies to develop their business. And so they are not paid to do this. So for us, it's a very interesting program because it really involves not many money, but just the humanity of the mentors who give their time for the companies. That's all.
Good morning. So my name is Annalisa Gamba, and I'm the International Projects and Fundraising Manager of Piemonte, which is the agency with the mandate of Piemonte Regional Government and Chambers of Commerce to develop internationalization, especially of the small and medium-sized companies. And so we are cooperating a lot also with the innovation actors, because internationalization and innovation are two very close concepts. And seeing also the topics that were discussed this morning, so this part of smart mobility, smart cities, are all concepts that are included also in the value chain integrated projects that we are developing on the sectors that I will show you. So, first of all, so our agency is an agency that, okay, this way. Okay, so it's an agency that provides a sort of, let's say, it's a one-stop shop office, help desk for all the matters which are related to internationalizations in two dimensions. So both for export or access to new markets and business development in foreign markets, and also in terms of investment promotion, because we also have a special division which is focused in attracting foreign investors. Our mission is to support the SMEs, because we are also working, of course, with key players, so also with corporates and big companies, but the focus for us, so our clients are, our customers are the small and medium-sized enterprises, because these are the type of customers that need our customized help. So as I mentioned, these are the type of services that we can provide. I just one step backward, because I wanted to just to inform you about who are our members. So we do not have member companies, but we have public stakeholders. So first, the regional government of Piemonte, the system of the chambers of commerce, the municipality of Torino, and another important aspect is academia, because we also have university and polytechnical among our members, and this is a very important asset for us. The services that we can provide, so we can provide customized support to the companies that want to access new markets, both European and third countries markets, and also advise the investors that want to locate in our region. And of course, are the services that we can provide. For instance, here you can see the services that we can provide for the investment promotion. These are services which are responsive, tailor-made on the request of the potential investor, and they are totally confidential and free. These are the business opportunities. So we have a big division which is in charge of business promotion. And this is the part that really helps the company to access foreign market through these personalized, targeted and free services. So on this point, I just would like to make a clarification. So part of our services are free because we receive fundings also from our stakeholders, and more specifically for the sector project from the regional government, so from Regione Piemonte. And these are the sectors we deal with. So you can see automotive, and when we speak about automotive, you have all the subsectors and fields which are related to automotive, aerospace, and all the sectors also related to this field, mechatronics, clean tech. Clean tech means it is a huge sector because we include environmental technologies, waste management, air treatment, water treatment, soil monitoring, and also, which is very important, energy efficiency, renewable energy. Agri-food means agri-food in terms of products, services, and also machinery. Then we have textile, and for textile it's both on clothes and also on furniture textiles, so, and technical textile. Then we have designing luxury, because we have a cluster of companies that are working in the, let's say, high-end products, and health and wellness, so everything which is related to the health sector and also wellness. The approach and our advantages, we are working on a double approach. One is the sector approach, because it's very important to focus, and it was also mentioned during this morning, the fact that it's important to help companies to aggregate, especially small and medium companies, which needs to be more competitive in front of also big clients, and so they need to join their forces, their strength. And so in our integrated sector project, we follow this concept of aggregation and of integration along the sector value chain. And then also markets. So I saw that you mentioned these 4 target areas: Canada, USA, Malaysia, Singapore, and China. So these are areas that also we are cooperating with through our contacts, our business network contacts that we have established in these years. And so, of course, that's a common goal. It's a common objective also for us, and that's one of the reasons why we are here. Okay, we can skip this because it's just our method, but I stressed too much the fact that we are providing customized services, so starting from a real checkup and identification of problems and needs of the company, and then providing customized service. This is the area of fundraising, because I mentioned this, and so we are also active of Europe on funded projects, which can be funded either by national or international donors. And we're working on both, let's say, institution and capacity building projects, but also on some innovation projects. So we have developed some FP7 projects, especially in the automotive and in the aerospace sectors. We are still now running some other projects in certain areas on the target sectors that I mentioned before, and which are funded by the European Commission. And so we work along the whole project cycle, when we have to identify the financing opportunity, to design the project, implement, and final reporting. And then we also have a special division devoted to training. Our training programs are specifically on international business. So we are not making programs on technical subjects, but the international market, international business are the topics that we approach. And we are also one of the training agency of the Piemonte regional government. And so we invite you to take contacts with me, with my colleagues. So my colleague Rosanna Viola is specifically in charge of the sectors clean tech and also health and wellness. And in the clean tech sector, there are also all things related to smart mobility, and that's why also she is the expert for the sector. There is also another colleague of mine who is sitting here, which is Sara Mochida. She is in charge specifically in the transport sector. So she's working for the automotive and so also the mobility topics. She's working on that, and I'm, as I mentioned, in charge of international projects and fundraising. Thank you very much.
Okay, good morning. I'm pleased to be here. Thank you for letting me present Move Project in a few minutes. So my name is Luca Galasso. I'm from Environment Park. We are manager of a regional clean tech and energy technology innovation cluster. No. Okay, right arrow. Okay. Move Project is a COSME-funded project, exactly as MobiGoIn project is. The aim of the project is basically to set up an international strategy, internationalization strategy for SMEs, and identify cooperation opportunities in Europe and in target countries, in third country markets, and build a European strategic cluster partnership in the specific sector of transport and logistics. So I would say that the focus of this project is not really on smart mobility solutions for urban mobility, not only, but mainly on transport and logistics in terms of goods transportation, hub management, and so on. The partners of the project are 4 clusters. So one is Environment Park, representing, as I said, the regional cluster. The cluster from Canaria on transport and logistics, and 2 ICT clusters, one settled in France, it's Numulink, and one other is in Sofia, in Bulgaria, is a Bulgarian cluster for telecommunication. We took on board, during the project, 6 other clusters, so we signed 6 new partnership agreements with other European clusters from Bulgaria, Germany, Poland in particular. And so we have set up a bigger network for the future implementation of the strategy. The project is a 2-year project, 2-year lasting project, so it started last year and will go at the end by the end of this year, 2017. The technology focus is partly similar to MobiGoIn, but not the same. So there's certainly a possibility to cooperate a lot between us. And I see clear connections between the technology focus. One is ITS applied to logistics sector, both road, maritime, and railway sector. So we also have some companies operating in maritime and railway sector from the other classes which are part of the project. Sustainable mobility for transport and logistics of people and goods. The stress is on sustainable mobility. We have some classes we are specialized in environmental technologies also for mobility sector. Smart solutions for multimodality and intermodality. So all things that are connected to freight management, fleet tracking management system, ICT for terminal and logistic hubs. We actually have a different group of SMEs which joined the project. You can find some of them also on our website. Freight forwarding companies, fleet maintenance, software developers, companies operating in the sectors of components for recharging infrastructures, for electric vehicles, public transport service companies, ITS, smart solutions for public transport. This is one of the core sectors, of course, of MobiGoIn project. And components and engineering sectors for low emission vehicles. Hydrogen is one of the technologies we focus on also. And electric vehicles and vessels, so also maritime and railway transport. What are we looking for? So for sure, business opportunities for our cluster members. So we organize in the project matchmaking events, B2B events, both physical but also virtual online opportunities, study visits, and cross-sectoral partnerships. So the idea is to develop and transfer innovation as a driver to access third country markets in transport and logistics, and start creating a strategy to access third country target markets. The main target at the moment is Morocco, which was one of the countries which were identified at the beginning of the project, which has an important strategy in terms of development of logistics sector, a national strategy for green logistics in the next years. So it's for sure an interesting country from this point of view, but also other potential countries which we are evaluating in the project. So this is the website. Don't hesitate to ask me for any information, or if you want to share your profile, your company profile, we can share it with the other clusters in the project and the other national contact points. Of course, we are trying to work in each country with also with organizations which are specialized in internationalization, so European Enterprise Network and so on. So thank you.
Thank you, Luca. Thank you, Annalisa and Vania. As I was saying, they are here because the idea is not to create new services that are already in the market. So partner up with all the institutions and entities that offer this kind of services. Create a network also. in order for provide you the best support we can. So as Luca was saying, the idea is to collaborate also within this project. You saw that technologies are similar, but target countries maybe aren't. So Morocco is a country we didn't have into account. So this kind of collaboration is really easy. So the idea is for take you all as a whole abroad. So Chiara is going to tell you about the next steps.
So, well, thank you. So we kind of in time, but I want to tell you something more about the next step. So I guess we have all the ingredients. We have companies. We have a strategy, an international strategy. We have country that we want to address, and we want to work with our local partners. So what next? We need an opportunity, and we find one. Actually, we have been developing a new project that's gonna name MobiGoIn in action, and it will be the next step. So we want to make our story come true. It's a project that we might be funded by European Commission in order to have a pilot for internationalization. We're going to make real what we talked about today. So we are going to develop a really specific and focused value chain with all companies we work with to address this specific target market. We're going to North America, so Canada and USA, and we will go to the east side, to China and Singapore. And we're going to work together, and we're going to offer two kind of activities. The first one in accelerator program, thanks to our collaboration with our local partner, we're going to make you ready to go in this country. We are going to tell you which kind of barrier we can find there, what kind of business we can develop there in that country, and of course, as a second goal, we're going to bring you there. So we are going to give you funding to come with us and prepare our mission in this country in order to meet new potential customers. So how we did that, how we're going to do that, we submitted yesterday a project that will be starting hopefully in January 2080, and thanks to our collaboration with my colleagues and all our cluster members, we really did a huge work. So yesterday we submitted this project, and we worked all together to go in this country. And what next? Next is that now we're going to have lunch together, and we have afterwards a really good opportunity to know each other. To know each other with a B2B meeting. So we already addressed some meeting with our cluster and between your companies. And so you're welcome to enjoy us now.
Thank you all. The lunch is going to be where we had the coffee break. So we'll say that part.